Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are tuned in to the Fruge Podcast, and I am your host, Fruge, aka LL Fruge. Hope everybody's having a great day. I've had a long 2 weeks. Haven't recorded one of these in about 2 weeks, man. I've been on the road. Went down to Mardi Gras, New Orleans. I had a great time with some family and friends. Had a little too much to drink. I'm serious, man. I'm on eBay right now looking for a new level. But the show must go on. Mardi Gras was freaking nuts, crazy. My brother lives up there, so man, did a lot of drinking. He's a musician, him and his wife, so went to a few of their shows. Just tried to take in the whole experience. Had a few beignets, some gumbo, crawfish. The whole 9 yards. If you haven't had a chance to go down there, man, at least once, I wouldn't recommend Bourbon Street, because that's where you go if you want to like turn all the fuck the way up. If you want to like do some college real world stuff, you can go out to Bourbon. But if not, keep it on Frenchman. Take in some of the parades. I had a chance to check out the Zulu parade, which was on Fat Tuesday. And man, it was crazy, man. It was ape shit. Like for real. Like people everywhere, music, a little warm. But other than that, man, no complaints. Everything was pretty good, man. Can't even complain about that. Made it on back. Today I had a chance to go check out the movie Get Out by Jordan Peele. Man, listen here. I can't even explain the movie, man, to be honest. Like I went into the movie thinking it was about interracial relationships, but it was way deeper than that. Like on some old, can't even say Jim Crow, man. It was just off the wall racism, and it would just feed into the stereotypes how cultures feel about each other, man. It was actually the stuff that people actually think but they don't say. But I highly recommend that movie. It recently got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and that never happens. So you get a chance, I just say leave your pride and your feelings at the door before you walk in. Because when we were leaving, I swear people didn't know how to act. Like white people and black people trying to interact after the show was over. It was so much racism, so much stuff going on, man. And when the show was over, nobody knew how to act. Everybody was trying to be courteous and be nice to the other race. Like it was an awkward moment. But I highly recommend it. I probably will go see it again, because I still don't know what the fuck happened. Like it was that much stuff going on. I mean, to be honest, it was a lot happening in a good way. You go see movies all the time and you sit there for 2 and 3 hours and you're bored, but this was really on the edge of your seat. All I say, go check it out. I haven't heard one negative feedback from this movie yet, and it's 2017. It's hard to say that. So if you get a chance, go check it out. Let me know what you think. You come out, you might look at life a little differently. I'm serious. Like some of the stuff they talked about is just like so crazy. How we view each other, man. Like how I always say at the end of the day, I feel like every culture wants to be similar to the other culture in a certain type of way. Like I feel like some white women want fuller lips and a bigger ass, and black women go and get their hair straightened and try to make it not as curly or whatever it may be. We all striving to look like each other, which is kind of weird, but go check out the movie. That's my 2 cents. That's my Siskel. I don't know which one passed, whether Siskel and Ebert. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on the movie. But back on the big issue, this podcast, I touch on a lot of different issues. I like to interview different people. People that's not doing, the mainstream things. Like my brother's a musician. I like to interview artists. Just try to give you a different perspective on things that you can do or something that you're not used to hearing about, and walk into that world to see And also tell kids that too, man. Like, it's a big world. You can be whatever you want to be. Hell, you could be an astronaut. You could be a big bird. You can be anything you want to be, man. You can even be, switch to a girl to a boy. Whatever you want to be. you can be whatever you want to be this 2017. So, yeah, that's what my podcast is about. I also talk about, current events, topics, sports, politics. And each week I keep saying I'm not going to talk about politics this week. And I'll be damned if something don't happen again that I have to walk down this same trap. It was a great. I'm not gonna lie. This is the best week that the Trump administration has had by far. Starting off, Trump speech to Congress. I'm not gonna lie. I was surprised. I was moved by it. I was inspired. I'm thinking that this dude finally get it, man. We finally finna get our commander in chief. Like we're on the way up. Escalator going on up. Speech was like trying to bring people together. He didn't bash the media. Like he read off the teleprompter. Like this was like legit, like presidential. It's hard when you have to say that the president was actually acting presidential, but that's what happened this day. I watched it in awe. It got great feedback all on both sides, man. I heard Lance Jones, or the guy's name on CNN. He's a Trump adversary, but he even said, this is the day he became president. So it was a great speech, man. One of the highlights of the speech, he singled out the fallen SEAL, Ryan Owens, who was killed in the Yemen raid that, Trump said was very successful, but his wife was there. So he, called her out and, gave a good speech about Ryan and, how he died for a good cause and died like a warrior, and the crowd went crazy. I'm talking about applause, standing ovations, everything that you would ever want out of a speech, and he got that out of that speech. And in my mind, I'm thinking that, man, you know what? I'm about to give this guy a chance, although he's full of shit and he doesn't know politics and he flies off the, seat his pants, whatever. I feel like, that moment I was like, man, he trying to bring people together. Let's see what happens. I'm going to get behind him. And then you just keep living. You keep breathing. And pretty soon some shit about to happen that, as it does every week, it happens. So Jeff Sessions had to go ahead and recuse himself from the Russia investigations on Thursday. He had to recuse himself because when he was confirmed, they asked him a clear question. Did you have any contact, or do you have any, any talks with any Russian officials during the election process? And he said, no, I did not. And what do you know? As with General Flynn, he did have contact with them, so he had to come out and say, yes, I met with them. I forgot about it. It's funny how everybody get the goddamn amnesia in the Trump administration. Everybody forgets. It's funny. And this was under oath that he said he didn't have any contact with Russia at all. Nope. No contact. But come to find out, he did. So he had to recuse himself. And in the light of Trump's great speech and, having momentum going forward, they took 50 steps back again, with this. And Trump even came out and backed him. Trump came out and said, hey, he's a good guy. He still has my support. And he didn't want him to recuse himself, as I wouldn't want him either, because if you got some dirt on your ass, I would want him to I want him to lead the investigation. So maybe he might leave a few things out or, lean towards your way. But he did the right thing by recusing himself because it's a conflict of interest, man. I mean, he was a Trump surrogate. He wanted Trump. He was one of the first people to endorse Trump when Trump started campaigning. So he did the right thing to recuse himself, but Trump was pissed about this because this actually took his thunder away from that speech he made. Nobody talking about that speech anymore. Everybody's talking about, Jeff Sessions right now, right? That's the topic of discussion. Jeff Sessions. What else did he forget to tell us? And that's been the whole theme throughout this whole process. Like, everybody's so forgetful. I wish I could do some shit like that. Like I forgot I had this bag of dope in my book bag. I didn't even remember. I apologize, Your Honor. It was an honest mistake. Yeah. Do you think they're gonna let my last off? No. But it seems to be how things are working now. I mean, everybody seems to make mistakes and are very forgetful right now. And the funny thing is, like, everybody's meeting with this same guy from Russia. Everybody meet with the same guy. Close. That's close. He's the same guy that Flynn spoke with as well. But for some reason, everybody seems to keep forgetting that they met this guy. And from what I hear, his personality and how he carries himself is somebody that you won't forget. But we keep falling into the same trap. It keeps repeating itself. Like, everybody seems to have ties to Russia. And if you think back, they say that Russia meddled in our election. So, I mean, I don't know, man. You remember that good old expression, right? What they say, you are who you hang around, right? So, if I'm hanging around a whole bunch of knuckleheads, a whole bunch of drug dealers, what's going to be an assumption what John's doing? What am I doing? I'm probably dealing drugs and doing the same stuff knuckleheads do, right? But it just strikes me odd that all these people have ties to Russia. Everybody. So many people in the administration have ties to Russia. But Trump knew nothing about this. Nothing. That's the part I find that hard to believe. Trump is a CEO, a very successful businessman, hands-on approach, no nonsense. But he had no idea this was going on. So, I mean, Trump is pissed about this. He got upset. And the funny thing about Trump, he was doing the right thing. He hadn't tweeted in like 3 days, man. And I know we lowered our standards so much. We've lowered our standards so much, boy. That's what people kept saying. Like, this was a presidential speech. I'm like, he's the fucking president. He should have a presidential speech. He acts so presidential. He's supposed to act presidential. How else is he supposed to act? It's not like he's running for president. He is the president. I mean, that's how sad and how far we've fallen right now. Our expectations are so low, I swear. They were like, oh, man, he read off the teleprompter. Like, that's an accomplishment? So, and the crazy thing about the bar is set so low and he still can't even get over this bar. The bar is set so low, man. People just want him to stop tweeting, quit saying dumb shit, and just run the country, right? But we can't get to that point because it's like shit on top of shit on top of shit. It's something every time, something new, some new story is gonna trump the last story, man. I just don't get it. And I was really getting on board. I'm like, man, Trump, he stopped tweeting, and that's the biggest problem, Twitter. Like, if he stopped tweeting, that'd be 50% of the problems would be done. But he can't seem to, get his hand off the characters, man. He keep typing, keep tweeting. So, while we're on Twitter, of course, that Arnold Schwarzenegger is the new host of The Apprentice, which used to be hosted by Donald Trump. He actually owns part of the Apprentice, but so Arnold Schwarzenegger came out and said that he'd no longer be back with The Apprentice, blase, and he said that a lot of people won't tune into the show. The ratings are so bad because Trump name is attached to the show and people want to tune into it. Well, don't let Trump see that. Of course Trump saw it. Trump tweeted, Arnold Schwarzenegger isn't voluntarily leaving The Apprentice. He was fired by his bad, pathetic ratings. Not by me. Sad end to great show. That's petty. That's petty, man. You supposed to be running the country. Like, you got bigger fish to fry, buddy. You got so many investigations going on into your camp, into you, into your finances, into everything, You don't have time to be worried about The Apprentice, man. I'm sorry. Like, this, on the grand scheme of things, this is like should be like number 99 or 100 on your list of things you need to get cleared up and get done. But the funny thing about it, like we keep like these tweets, right? It's all in my mind, in my opinion, it's all a tactic. It's all a diversion, because everything he's talked about before, he tweets about it or something happened, and we just totally forget about the other shit, right? Because I was sitting down today, I was thinking, damn, what happened to that voter investigation? With all the 5 million illegal voters, he was going to hire the Vice President Pence to lead some special investigation unit to figure out, how many people are voting illegally, and that's the reason he lost the popular vote. What happened to that? What happened to that shit? Like, people, we just totally forget. But that's the whole point. If you keep a whirlwind going, we're moving so fast, you can't keep up with what just happened. People, I remember, what happened to locking Hillary up, man? What happened to that? Because that's what people are calling for. Lock her up, right? This was the chant. This is Trump supporters now. They tweet, they yelling at crowds, and they yelling lock Hillary up because of her emails and Benghazi, all this stuff. They want to lock her up. But with all this stuff going on with Trump, we can forget about that. That's fine. And not to mention, it just came out that the vice president, he was using a non-secured email service. So are we gonna lock him up too? Oh, but that was different, right? That was totally different. He was using his just to talk to family and friends, and he didn't really discuss any classified information on his. But it's the same thing, man. It's a double standard that people. It's dangerous. I'm telling you, because words do mean something. Words mean things, especially when you're the commander-in-chief of the free world. It means stuff. You can't say something and then say something else, and then say this, and say. It's almost like he talking to us like we a thought, like we a girl at the club, and he just shooting game in our ear, and we just going for it. Basically, we've had a few drinks, so yeah, let's take me back to your house. Let's go. Cause that's basically what he's doing. He's gaming people, man. He knows he throws red meat to his supporters, man. Red meat. He knows that he's a great salesman. I give him that. Man's a hustler. You hear me? Hustler. But you can't keep saying these things and nothing to back it up. I was waiting to see this voter fraud thing. I'm like, okay, good. Maybe we can see if Russia actually did, help you get elected. But that just fell out nobody talks about that shit anymore. That's done. We don't even care. But it's one thing after another. So if you guys are saying lock Hillary up, y'all need to be protesting and yelling lock Pence up too, because the vice president did the same thing she did. So it's no different. I guess you would see it differently, because if that's your guy, I guess maybe you shouldn't go to jail. But you guys damn sure want Hillary to go. So I don't see the difference. So, and while we're on the topic of, diversions and, the Kansas City Shuffle to get you looking right and we go left, new scandal out now, right? This not, I guess it's Russia related, but today, Trump went on a series of tweets. He went Twitter crazy, man. Twitter. First tweet said that, terrible, ! Just found out Obama had my wires tapped in Trump Tower just before the victory. Nothing found. This is McCarthyism. Okay. First tweet. Second tweet. Is it legal for a sitting president to be wiretapping a race of president prior to an election? Turned down by court earlier. A new low. Next tweet. I bet a good lawyer could make a great case out of the fact that President Obama was tapping my phones in October, just prior to election. Listen, man. Okay. This is actually very strong tweets and words. So you're saying the prior president hacked your tower, Trump Tower, to get information, or to figure out what you were doing and who you were talking to, blase, 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 right? Now, I would hope, if you say something this powerful, you will back it up with some documentation, right? That's like if I told you, like, LeBron is the new most scoring player in the NBA of all time. I should be able to back that up. Here's the stats. LeBron is averaging 39 points a game. He has 300,000 million points. Data backs that up, right? So he sent out all these tweets to fire up his people, right? Everybody's on it now. Yeah, Obama did this. Obama, he wired the Trump Tower. Really? So where's the documentation? Like, where's this story coming from? Because I know it was an article on Breitbart. These witch hunts and these conspiracy theories they always have on there. They mentioned on there that Obama might have tapped, his phones, but it was no. This was just a story they would talk about on the radio. It's not facts. Like, I'm hoping, and I'm not praying, but I'm hoping that Trump does not listen to the damn radio and then it thinks that's a fact and tweet about it, because everybody's looking at his Twitter like, really, like his Twitter is the Bible, the gospel. His words mean things. So if it's nothing to back this up, in my mind, it's another diversion. So we don't talk about Jeff Sessions anymore. We won't be talking about Russia anymore. Let's start talking about Obama. He's gone, bro. Obama gone. Now, I tell Trump supporters all the time, man, listen, you wanted your guy in there. Your guy's there. Show me what he's going to do. Where are those jobs? Where are those, tax cuts he was going to make for the middle class? Where's the repeal and replace Obamacare? All the stuff he was going to do. But no, he's on Twitter saying that the prior president is hacked. What the? This is like a spy movie, man. What is James Bond? Fucking Orange member? What is this? The Comb Over Diaries? I just say, if you truly believe this is true, just at least ask for some documentation, ask for some data to back this stuff up. Better yet, how about you ask for those taxes? That would solve a lot, And that's what I don't get with this administration. Why don't you just come clean? If all your people, if you guys did talk to Russia, and you guys had a, constant conversation with them, constant dialogue, and it was nothing discussed illegally, go ahead and put it out there. Get it, be ahead of the news, man. Go, yeah, we talked to him. This is exactly what we talked about. Here's a transcript of what we talked about. Let's move on. Let's replace Obamacare. Let's build this wall. Let's deport immigrants. All the crazy far right stuff you guys want to do. Get this past you first. You can't move forward if you don't address the prior issues, man. That's the crazy part. The crazy part about it, they think that if you just keep moving on to new stuff, the old stuff is gonna go away. But no, man. We still want to know, bro. We want to know about those taxes. We want to know about Pence's emails. We want to know about Sessions. I want to know about the voter fraud. I want to know. Show me the facts about Obama tapping Trump Tower. I want to see that stuff. Show me. Now, where's that at? Show me the documentation, man. And then the last tweet he put out, it said, "How low has President Obama gone to tap my phones during the very sacred election process? This is Nixon/Watergate bad. Quotations or sick guy. Exclamation point." So I know somewhere, or Obama somewhere, probably smoking a cigarette or a blunt. Probably a blunt now, because this is just ridiculous. Saying, like, I tried to tell you, people. I tried to tell you. Like, he knew. I think Obama knew what we were getting ourselves into, man. This dude, he's not presidential material. If this was anybody else doing this, man, I couldn't imagine. And if this was a black president doing some shit like this, they would be calling for impeachment 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. If Obama came in and did this shit, people would have been wanting him gone. Hell, I would have wanted him gone. Because right now, it's not about right and left and blue and red and white and black, brown. This shit about right and wrong, man. Like, you got people really are getting deported from this country right now. People are being alienated. People are getting killed by the shit that you're saying. Stocks are soaring. Stocks are dropping because of stuff you're tweeting and saying. So your words mean something. You can't just fly off on the cuff and come out and say blase, blase, woo, 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 and think it goes away. Nah, because all this shit is documented. Especially, we got computers now, bro. This stuff doesn't disappear. We're not on Snapchat. Would you think this shit goes somewhere? If you tweet or say this, everybody has access to this. And not even us around the world. I saw floats in Germany. They had a parade. They had a float with Donald Trump with the Statue of Liberty bent over, and he was fucking her from behind. That's how other countries view us right now. We're the laughing stock. I hate to say it, if somebody wanted to do something to us, this would be the perfect time to do it. Because our pants are down right now. We in such a influx with each other. We can't even, we don't have time to be thinking about other countries and the real issues that are going on. I just don't get it, man. Like, if you guys, if there's an agenda, you want to push it, man. And make sure it's right. Slow down. Sheesh. Slow down. It seems like they're in such a, it's almost like he knows he's going to get impeached, or he knows what's going to happen. So I'm going to push all the shit I can through right quick. So if I am impeached, this stuff will be in place. But I think they need to dial it back a little bit. Slow it down. Because it's a whirlwind of things going on. Each week I come in, I want to talk about something positive, or, something, a story about a rat saving a mouse. But I can't, because it's something new damn near every day that's distasteful, unbelievable, and you have to talk about it because it's the elephant in the room. And I can't sit back and not say anything about it, like nothing goes on, it's not happening. I don't know. That's the difference between, like, I try to look at both Fox and CNN and what's NPR. I'll try to look at different news sites to see, so I can try to not be biased. I want to hear both sides, see different point of view. And the funny thing is, Fox News rarely post any negative stories about Trump at all. Like, the stuff with Sessions and all, they try to find some kind of, they don't report about it. If they do, they don't believe it. It's not true. So they still don't believe Russia had meddled with the election. They don't feel like they had an effect on the election. Show me the proof. Come on, man. Show me the proof that they did it. Show me the proof that they changed the votes. They don't have to change the vote. They changed the narrative. They don't have to change the votes. They didn't have to actually hack into the damn voters' machines. They didn't have to. This shit, it was already tainted before people got there. People walked in with a state of mind. So what, you don't have to do that part. It's already poison. So I'm just saying, we need to wake up, man. Wake up as a people. Wake up as a country. Like I always said, this is going to be the silver lining and all this stuff, this craziness and the alt-right and the far-right and the hate. And you see the rallies and these city hall meetings, like, this shit is crazy, man. It's almost like it's not 2017. I don't know where I'm living right now. I don't know what is this, but some kind of way we got to get back on track and get the choo-choo train going again. Because like I tell you, if I can see that this, like, we're vulnerable right now, I'm pretty sure a lot of other people can. So we got to do something to tighten up. So that's my spiel this week, man. This is your host, Snapper Fruge, aka LL Fruge. If you want, you can reach out to me on my email is snapdog7@gmail.com, and follow me on Facebook. It's Snapper Fruge, and on Twitter and Instagram it's Snapper_Fruge. I'm easy to find. I like to hear your feedback, whether you agree or disagree. I like to hear your point of view. We grown, We ain't gonna fight it. I'm small. I can't fight, and I'm light skinned. But anyway, it was a pleasure talking to you guys. I look forward to talking to you again next week. And y'all be good, man. I'm out of here.